Yo guys, it's Exo here again with another video for you guys. So I know it's been quite a while. I hope you guys had a great Christmas. Hope you guys had a great New Year's. But let's do everyone's favorite cringe video of 2018. What is my game of the year 2018? So we're going to go over some rules real quick. And if you haven't seen my previous game of the year video for 2017, go watch it now, guys. You're gonna get the kind of a gist that it is for this video. So let's go over some rules right now, real quick. The game has to release from January 2018 to December 2018. There's no bullshit. We include December. We don't include January of the next year. We don't do any of that kind of garbage. It's 2018 only, guys. Also, the game must be fully released. No alphas, no betas, no garbage demos or whatever. It has to be in its full state. So like something like Fortnite does not count because it's still in beta. Alright, the last rule is if the game released in a different region that is not our region, it still counts as the original region. What this means is, if a game releases in Japan in 2018 but releases in English 2019, the game no longer can get a 2019 Game of the Year because it did not release 2019. It might have released in your region, but that's not the original release it had. So, perfect example, last year, Persona 5 was a lot of people's Game of the Year for 2017. Sorry, Persona 5 does not count for 2017. It released 2016 in Japan. So, with all that out of the way, those are the rules. Let's go on to criteria. I rank it between my highest rank is story, then gameplay, music, voice acting, then graphics. So, story, I once again, it is a huge tie between story and gameplay being the number one, number two. I really appreciate good stories, good building, good world building. All of that needs to be very important along with gameplay. So there's those two can be kind of interchanged to me, as that is the core reason you play a video game. Number three comes in behind them as voice acting and sound design. I consider that very, very important. Sound design makes a great atmosphere. It makes the game. Voice acting is hugely important to me. So poor voice actors really mean I don't like video games. Lastly, of course, graphics. You know, on all of in my opinion, graphics is the least important thing because, you know, as long as you have a good art style that you can work with and you make use in your environments and all of that, that's what's the most important thing to me, is you use that correctly. So, with all of that away, who are my nominees for this year? Uh, this is pretty sad, but I literally have one game that I have to nominate. I mean, other than the one game that's going to win, I give an honorable mention to Monster Hunter World. It was a very fantastic game. I would love to play it again sometime once, especially I'm gonna play it a lot once Iceborne comes out. But at this point, there's not really much to play with the game. So, if you haven't seen my channel, and you know all the content that's on there, you know kind of what's my game of the year, guys, and it's pretty simple as to what won my game of the year. Obviously, Sen no Kiseki 4, Trails of Cold Steel 4 has won my game of the year this year. It did not. Trails of Cold Steel 3 did not win last year because it was competing against some very, very good games like Breath of the Wild and Neo. But this year, there was no outstanding title that I played that could knock Trails of Cold Steel 3 off its pedestal. God of War was a very, very good game. It just did not have the gravity that Trails of Cold Steel 3 had. Red Dead Redemption had so much going for it this year. It has such great gameplay overall. It's just nothing to me this year had the gravity that Sen 4 had. It brought together a decade worth of games together in story wise in order to close out the Sen saga. And to me, that just playing the story was amazing. The gameplay was the most refined gameplay they've ever done. They revived great old soundtracks. The graphics were just there. It was everything you want in a Sen game. And to me, a lot of game studios should definitely feel afraid of Falcom, Neon Falcom. Falcom has proven to itself time and time again that it is a AAA studio with a very small workforce. that can pump out games that are high quality. There is no doubt in my mind Sen 4 does not deserve Game of the Year. And to prove that point to a lot of people, when you look at PlayStation's own trophies of the year, so which is basically their games of the year, Monster Hunter World did get Game of the Year, but when you look at the fan submissions, Sen 4 was up there, guys. Sen 4 got a fan award trophy, even though its audience is so small. It's only those in Japan and the few American players that played it, or English-speaking players that played it. It's such a huge thing that it could get stacked up against some of those bigger games that have been released this year where multiple countries have played it. This is literally just Japan voting for this game to be able to go up there, and it's huge that they got that fan award. And once again, I have to recognize a game that has just hit every point so well. Sen 4 is easily my game of the year, guys. Until the next one.